Okay, in the last two videos, we found that 3 times 1 plus root 7 over 2 was the solution to this equation, and we found it out in two different ways. And I just told you that I was happy because I got the same solution twice, so I believed that that solution was right, and I said you can check it, but you know what? Maybe you can't check it. So let's go over what you'd want to do in a situation like this where you want to plug something in to see if it's right, but it might get a little messy because of the root. So you might be scared to try plugging it in. Don't be scared. Let's give it a shot. So what I want to do is I want to plug this into this equation, and I want to see if I get 36. So let's try that. So if I take this squared, what do I get? Well, I'm going to get this quantity squared. That's going to give me 3 squared times 1 plus root 7 squared over 2 squared. So that gives me this. And then I get plus. Now remember, this is what we're checking. This is what we believe the height is. So I have to put that in here. And what am I going to get? Well, I'm going to get 3 times 1 plus root 7 over 2 minus 3, and this whole thing in quantity is squared. Okay, so this is going to give me, I'll write it like this. I don't have to write it like that, I just feel like writing it like that. I have a feeling it'll be a little nicer. And then here I have, well, common denominator, which I already found, 3 plus 3 root 7 minus 6. And there's a plus sign there. Very important. Okay, so what do I have here? I have 3 minus 6, so that's the same as minus 3 plus 3 root 7. And this is 9/4, 1 plus root 7 squared. And this, I can just say, hey, I can pull out a 3 and get 3 times minus 1 plus root 7 over 2. And all of that is squared. So this gives me the following. I apply the square to all of this. I get 9 times minus 1. There's a square there still. Okay, well, I have a 9/4 here and a 9/4 there, so I'm going to pull those out. So that just gives me 1 plus root 7 squared plus minus 1 plus root 7 squared. And this is what we have. Hopefully there'll be some nice cancellation. I have a feeling there will be. So, especially with the way this looks right now. So, I get 9/4. This is going to give me 1 plus 2 root 7, because I'm going to get 1 times root 7 and 1 times root 7, plus root 7 times root 7. And this is going to give me negative 1 times negative 1, which is 1, minus root 7 minus root 7, plus root 7 squared. Okay, now remember, what we want to get is 36. So, this and this cancel each other out, and I have 1 plus 7 plus 1 plus 7, which is going to be 8 times 8, which is 16. Well, 9/4 of 16 is equal to 9 times 4, which is 36. And if we look to what we wanted to get, 6 squared. So now, not only did we solve the problem twice and get the same answer, but we plugged that answer in, and we know for absolute certainty that this is the height of the ladder, or this is the height of the ladder in our original problem. So not a nice whole number, not even a rational number, so not something I would get by trying to factor the original equation and find some integers that make the factorization work, but both completing the square and using the quadratic formula give us the correct answer for a problem in this form.